If you run an e-commerce business and you're using Google Ads to drive traffic to your store, then chances are you came across smart shopping ads already. And I mean, they are pretty great. You can drive amazing results with them, but yet a lot of people struggle to use them correctly and also struggle to understand them correctly because there are a few very, very important points, a few pitfalls that you need to be aware of in order to use them in the best possible way. So in this video, I want to do a little smart shopping one-on-one. I want to give you some information in how to use them in the best way and so on and so forth. Just some background on smart shopping ads so that you understand them properly and that you understand whether you should use them or whether you should rather focus on normal shopping ads for now. In this video, we will discuss 4 things, and they are pretty straightforward. First, what are smart shopping ads, when to use them, how to use them, and the pros and cons. So you see what, when, how, pretty straightforward. I don't want to get too specific on anything right here and, make this a super long 50-minute video or anything. I just want to make sure that you know the basics and that you know what's going on and maybe learn a thing or two that you haven't been aware of. So, first of all, what are smart shopping ads? Well, smart shopping ads are ads that are managed fully by Google for you, so you don't have to really do anything yourself, right? So Google handles it for you using their machine learning. The twist here is that they also show up on the display network, on YouTube, and on Gmail. So normal shopping ads you are showing on the search engine results page, you all know that, but with smart shopping, you see, or you will post your ads also on display, YouTube, and Gmail. So there is a visual aspect and a non-search or non-direct search related aspect to smart shopping. This can be very powerful because you can identify people that are interested in your product, plus they also include dynamic remarketing. So they use the display network, YouTube, and Gmail to place your visual display ads based on interaction with your store. And this is pretty helpful because that way you don't only have to use shopping and dynamic remarketing in a separate way. Google just does it or Google just does it all by itself and determines when is the best time to show someone a retargeting ad, right? And this is very, very powerful. So they combine all of these things, the ads, the network, whether it's retargeting, yes or no, and this can make them very effective. The thing is, you only control a handful of things here. That's also very important to know. When you create the smart shopping ad, you control the bidding strategy, whether you want to use maximize conversion value or target return on ad spend. You control the daily budget, of course. I mean, you still are the master of your own money in this case, most of the time. And the products that you sell inside the campaign. And that's pretty much it. And I will talk about this a little bit more in a second. So then let's talk about when to use them. I think that's probably a little more interesting here. First of all, with 30 to 50 conversions in the past 30 days, it can be very useful to try them out. But what you need to know is that if your performance is not great, you can also try them earlier. So if everything is going great in your account, I recommend to further wait with smart shopping and continue what you're doing right now. Now, I know that we had cases where smart shopping ads literally worked from the day we started them, even though we had barely any conversions, right? So sometimes for some reason, I cannot really explain it, it might also be kind of random, but because of the way that smart shopping ads are made up, sometimes they can literally outperform normal campaigns basically or almost from scratch, right? So with 30 to 50 conversions, of course, the more the better. So this is just a range to get started. It makes sense to launch your first smart shopping campaign for sure. When you don't have the time to manage all shopping ads manually is also another great reason to run smart shopping ads. So when you have a large store or maybe even multiple stores, or you simply have so many other things to do, smart shopping ads requires minimum effort and can still produce fantastic results. Now, if you carefully manage multiple shopping ads, multiple smart shopping ads, search ads all by yourself, if you're an experienced Google advertiser, then the results will most likely be better. Like when I work with clients or when I work with them one-on-one, whether it's managing their ads or consulting them directly, we are usually outperforming any sort of automated smart shopping or basic campaign setup, right? But not everyone has the experience to do that or the skill or the capacity, the time. So in these cases, smart shopping can be very, very powerful. Also, when you have a massive amount of products in your store, when you have 50,000 products, 10,000, even 1,000 in many cases, it can be pretty hard to really get down granular and say, okay, this product gets this bit and this category that bit and this category does this category does that. depending on how your store is made up, it doesn't necessarily mean the more products, the more work, because sometimes they are very, very similar. But in most cases, the more products you have, the more complex this entire thing becomes. You have collections, you have categories, you have margins, you have bestsellers and all that kind of stuff. Here, a smart shopping ad can be very powerful. If you just have like 5 products, 10, 20 products, then smart shopping ads are not that helpful. I mean, because they are so different to normal, they can still outperform, they can still do well, but in this case they are less powerful than with a large store. So how to use smart shopping ads, right? Here, when you click the campaign creation button for shopping, you see this usual screen here where you select the country, and then you see on the top the smart shopping campaign versus standard. Actually, right now by default, Google selects smart shopping for you, as you can see right here. And then what is important is that first, never run smart shopping ads only. Okay, I see a lot of people that have just one shopping campaign, that's a smart one, and maybe a search campaign. If you only run smart shopping ads, you will get almost no data and no insights, because you don't see any search terms. You cannot, well, you have a lot of things that are missing in there. You cannot define locations and so on and so forth. So if you only run smart shopping, you will lose on a lot of data. I had a client recently that I started working with, and he was spending like $500, $600, $700 a day on smart shopping for a couple of months now. And he literally didn't have a single normal shopping campaign. Basically, that meant we had thousands and thousands and tens of thousands of clicks in the account and hundreds of thousands of impressions. And we didn't have a single search term, right? So we had no idea what people were actively looking for. We just saw the very bottom line. Okay, things were doing all right, but not great. We didn't have any additional information. So never run them alone, because you will lose on so much data. Second, always try normal shopping first. I mean, that kind of goes hand in hand with that, right? Try normal shopping first, get data, get search terms, get ideas what's working, then use smart shopping to test other products, test products that didn't work before, or maybe even use it to scale products. I recommend that you use them in a separated way, and that third, you use custom labels to properly group your products. For example, assign a custom label inside Shopify or Merchant Center, where you, for example, point out the bestsellers or the ones with the highest margins or individual categories that you didn't define as actual Google Shopping categories, right? By doing so, you make sure, or you can make sure that you advertise products separately. So you can run a smart shopping ad for product ABC, a normal shopping ad for product DEF or something, right? If you don't, it's highly recommended that you try using both campaign types, but for different products. So if you don't do that, then smart shopping will always override the priority, and it's not really recommended to do it that way. So what's very important here is, as I just said, smart shopping hits override priority levels for your standard shopping and dynamic remarketing campaigns, which means that if you run one smart shopping, one normal shopping, and they are the same products, then smart shopping will always get higher priority. So if you have product ABC and smart and product DEF and normal shopping, that's fine. But if you have the same product in both, you should really be careful, because if you have very profitable standard shopping campaigns, you want to create smart campaigns for other products. If you have a shopping campaign that's standard at a 5x ROAS right now, don't create a smart shopping campaign with the same product, because it's fairly unlikely that smart shopping will outperform it right away. So smart shopping is great for products that aren't working yet, or that are doing okay, you want to try something new, or for products that are brand new and you didn't really get clicks to them. So yes, you can also use them to really scale winners, but it's always a little bit risky, and I wouldn't do that right away. Then we have the topic of max conversion value versus target ROAS, what I just mentioned, right? These are the only bidding strategies that are available for smart shopping. Technically, they are the same, just with a twist. So use maximized conversion value when your account has limited conversion data, so let's say less than 30 to 50 conversions in the past 30 days, and use target ROAS when you have a good feeling of your typical shopping ads ROAS and try to hit your goals right away. What do I mean with that? Well, if you have a bunch of normal shopping campaigns and your ROAS is in the 300% range, and you have those 30 to 50 plus conversions, you can definitely say, okay, Google, I run a smart campaign and I want to hit my current target ROAS, or maybe even a little bit more than that. Google will usually give you a recommendation of what you should use here. Now, the point is that at this point, Google knows what your typical ROAS looks like, and it's way more likely that you will be able to hit that goal. If you have 0 conversions or like 5 conversions or the minimum requirement, then basically when you say target ROAS of 400%, what normally happens is that smart shopping are all over the place. Maybe they don't even start spending and things are a little bit messy. So use target ROAS when you have the data, and then use something realistic here and use maximize conversion data either when you want to really, really scale them or in the beginning. So let's get to the last point here, the pros and cons. And of course there are both for smart shopping and very strong points for both, okay? So in the pro section, they can massively save you time. I know some businesses that are literally running only on smart shopping, doing several $1,000s a day purely from these smart shopping campaigns with almost no time investment. Yes, that's absolutely perfect. They can literally print you money with no effort, but it's not that likely that this will happen to you out of nowhere. So most of the time they have to be managed, but yes, they can save you massive amounts of time. They use machine learning to deliver great results, potentially. So it's not only a time saver, they can also still outperform your normal campaigns if you have the conversion data, if you have larger catalogs normally, and if your feed is optimized and so on and so forth. So they have the potential to do that. Then they also allow you to advertise on shopping, display, and YouTube, which means you can really cover all these networks. You can follow your customers everywhere. You can get on networks where it's cheaper to advertise. You will notice that oftentimes smart shopping ads have lower CPCs, which is partly because they're also using the display and YouTube and Gmail, where clicks tend to be a little bit cheaper, and but they still have the insights in the customers. So it doesn't mean that those clicks are very low value or anything. And as I just mentioned, they include dynamic remarketing already, so they will take care of the entire sort of customer journey that way. In the con section though, we have that they are pretty much a black box. So you have 0 insights into search terms and other metrics. If you use smart shopping, be aware of the fact that you will only see the bottom line pretty much, and you don't see what's really working and what's not, and you don't see the data that's coming in. Also, you can't use any bid adjustments. You cannot give a specific adjustment for mobile phones, for desktop, for tablet, also on audiences, etc. This is all pretty problematic. I mean, Google still does its best to get you the best results, of course, and sometimes they know more than you. But oftentimes you want to specifically tell Google, hey, give desktops a higher bid or give mobiles a lower bid or something like that. And they are pretty sensitive to bidding strategy and product changes. So normal campaigns can already be quite sensitive when you change from target ROAS to maximize conversion value or something like that. But smart shopping campaigns tend to be even more sensitive because everything is automated, right? So when you change something significant, which is mostly bidding strategy and the amount of products or the actual product selection, this can harm the optimization. So I recommend to not do that too often. So don't change these every other day or something. Wait at least 7, if not 14 days before you make a very significant change like that. And then you're pretty much good to go. So you see that smart shopping ads have massive potential to help your business, to save you time, to make more money, get more sales, etc. But you should never forget that they're just one out of many tools. And if you want to get the maximum results out of your Google Ads account, if you want to go from, $200 a day in profitable ad spend to $1,000, or from non-profitable ad spend at all to actual profitable ad spend, it's not that just setting up a smart shopping campaign will do the trick. In this case, you really need to, first of all, learn what's necessary to get there, and then you have to really experiment, test, and all that kind of stuff, or work with someone like me directly to either help you one-on-one, personally consult you, make you avoid all these mistakes and get there quicker, or even, let me manage the ads completely for you, or someone else who knows to do that, right? If you're interested in something like that, make sure to check the link in the description where you can book a free clarity call with me. We will find out if your business is ready for me to help it, because of course I cannot work with anyone, but if we come to the conclusion, yes, it makes sense for me to personally help you scale your sales to the next level using Google Ads and e-commerce strategies, then this is definitely right for you. So check that out if you like to. And please leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe for more Google Ads and e-commerce content that can really help you take your business to the next level. And yeah, as I said, hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you have a great day and a lot of success with smart shopping ads. And I hope to see you in the next video too, guys. Bye-bye.